Welcome, my fellow Scout Troopers. Happy holidays to you all. We are at a nice 3v5 30 days Reforged siege today at the Cardolan outpost set to be by Jen. Sorry, Jen. Actually, towards the beginning of December, so I appreciate your patience, Jen, for the replay. Now, we'll go through the army cons, but before we do, you know the drill, guys. If you want to send me through a total replay and you want to see a featured here on this channel, there are 4 links in the video description below for you guys to choose from. They are, of course, my email at scoutsentertainment@gmail.com. You can post it to me directly on Discord. You can join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, and post it there. Or you can tag me and replay your post on the Reforged Discord as well. With that, let's dive into the army comps today, starting with Jen's army, of course. Here's Commander Lyndon. His ally today, or first ally, is Phila commanding Lothlorien. Got Kindred Celeborn here, Chaos Cardolan Guardians, making their way to the front. Interesting. We have 2 units here, Woodland Protectors. We got some Harlan infantry over here, along some Mython Swordmasters. Looks to be 2 units there running together. We've got Harlan on Guard, Fallen on Marines. We've got some Wardens of Elistirion, Rangers, Body Piercing, remember that. We have some Fallen on Archers once again, along with some more Harlan on Guard. Got some Northern Warriors there making their way across. We've got some Northern Blade Masters and 2 units of Northern Guard, I will wager. Along with some Mython Marines, some Mython Pikemen, and some Fallen on Pikemen, and maybe 2 units of Pikemen? Let's try to make this out here. Looks to be just the one. I've already covered those Guardians. We have some Kindred Celeborn up here, some March Wardens of the Wood, and some March Wardens. Well, second unit here, March Wardens of the Wood. Alright. Down here we have some Syrian Arrow Staff Masters armoured up. Phil's got 2 units here of Kindred Celeborn. It would cost him a pretty penny to bring that. And he didn't bring Watchers, so he's gone for the unit of Lothlorien that spreads out their arrows over a larger distance. Maybe he's trying to maximise his hits on the enemy as they cross the land bridge, so he wants to try and do as much damage as he can. Kindred Celeborn is the unit to do that, more so than the Watchers of the Golden Wood. You want Watchers to sort of snipe an enemy unit that you particularly want to take out, because of course Watchers of the Golden Wood will not miss. Same goes for Riders of the Golden Wood. They are the same unit. One's on horseback, one's on land. That's the difference. But yeah, you bring Watchers, you want to snipe out an enemy. You bring Kindred Celeborn if you want to fire arrows over a large distance and maximise potential damage on your enemy. So remember that. Okay, we've got some more on Axemen over here. Looks to be 3 units there. Watchers of Golden Wood, so he did bring them after all. Lion and Archers at elevated position here, 2 units mixed in with each other. Gotta watch out for that. Will affect the accuracy of these units here. Don't like the look of that. And we have the final ally today, Khazad-dûm, given by Lion. Got some Iron Watch and Miramir here, 2 units of Sons of the Fallen. Some 14 Shield Guard, Hammers of Gundabad. Orc Hunters of Khazad-dûm. A couple of units of them. Got some 14 Shield Guard, Guards of Khazad-dûm. A second unit of Hammers, maybe, no, it's the same unit. There's a Mithril Guard here, some Khazad-dûm Reclaimers. Warriors of Khazad-dûm, second unit there of Reclaimers. 2 or 3 units here of Warriors of Khazad-dûm. I see some Legion Bodyguard there too. 30 infantry. And that could be it there for Khazad-dûm. So, strong defensive force here for the defenders. Will not be easy to overcome. And already it's going to be a bit challenging with Y2K86, a veteran of Reforged, however. But he's gone for one of those factions that don't have the best armour. Are more of a mid-tier faction. They do better on the plains. They are a fast-moving well, they are predominantly a cavalry faction, but do have a good infantry on their side as well. The main units that can go toe-to-toe with Khazad-dûm maybe are the Nurad Storm Guard and Brotherhood of the Axe. Brotherhood of the Sword to an extent, but Brotherhood of the Axe more so, I reckon. We'll see how well he goes today. We've got some Brotherhood of the Bow, and some Teton's Vanguard. Both are elite missile units, but he has to get them in close. Not that easy to use on this map. We'll see how well he goes with them. We've got some Ironfoot War Goats here. This is towards the Air War coming by Jay Keen. I don't know why he's brought 3 units here of cavalry. We've got 2 units of War Goats, Hammer Guard here. Great cavalry units for sure. But unless he somehow gets them across the bridges intact and harasses the defending forces before they get inside Cardolan, it's hard to imagine how they'll be effective to his alliance or his team at all. So, you know, best of luck with that, mate. We have some Ironfoot Spears here, some Axe Guard of Erebor, 2 units. 2 units of Erebor Legionnaires, Sons of Durin, so great units already. Some Blacklock Engineers, they're the body piercing crossbow unit. Ironfoot Crossbows over here, Got some Dwarven Miners. On for crossbows once again. So, you know, Erebor brought a great army, but definitely should have focused on the infantry, not the cavalry. He spent too much money on that cavalry. We have over here Dublin Kingdom by Twigak. He's got some Rise of War, think. Some pneumatic Marauders. These are the first infantry units we've seen here of Khan. I've been wondering where his army was. 2 units of them, the Javelins. We've got some Dungeon Clansmen over here. Trollshore Axe Throwers, a couple units of them. Will be valuable against Khazad-dûm. We have some Nurad Stormguard, we talked about them earlier. Nurad Halberds, couple units of them. Half-Orc Vanguard as well, and some Snugger Skirmishers. Brotherhood of the Sword, and some pneumatic infantry. It's kind of looking like he brought 2 units here, Brotherhood of the Sword, from being honest looking at this. I didn't think Brotherhood of the Sword could spread themselves out this much. I'm thinking maybe he brought 2 units of them. The second of the Mag Infantry, we've got some Varag Warriors. Used to be a couple units there. We've got about 3 units of Nurad Footmen, at least. We've got over here more Half-Orc Spearguard, Snugger Skirmishers, Dungeon Clansmen, Barrow Whites belonging to Steel Bow commanding Angmar. And he's got some, actually we've got Isengard too, Isengard here too, commanded by MW2 for life. Okay, Medieval 2, but well done, mate. We have our Ironfoot Halberds over here, Nazgûl High, Guards of Orthanc, and some Uruk-hai Berserkers. We've got some Trolls of Angmar here, Blackwatch Legion, armoured up, good to see, we'll need that. Over here we have some Guardians Cardolan, 3 units there, all armoured. We've got some Let's Hunting Pack as well here. Witchron Pikemen, again armoured, both units there. We've got some Witchron Scourge Raiders, mixed in with some more Uruk-hai Pikemen, maybe 3 units of Uruk-hai Pikemen. Some Witchron Blackguard over here. Got some Witchron Scourge Raiders again. I'm not seeing any witches just yet. We've got some Good and Bad Guard over here. And some Uruk-hai Infantry out front, couple units of them. Angmar Marauders, 2 units there. Uruk-hai Crossbows, about 2 units. And some more Uruk-hai Infantry. Dungeon Clansmen, Gwaithlo Trackers, Half-Orc Spearguard, more Trackers. More Clansmen, so light tier troops leading the way, of course. It'll probably make sense for the defenders to set up a mid-tier, maybe even an elite unit. If they're not going to bring down any of the skirmish units, of course, like Silent Skirmishers, Trolls, Axe Throwers, or any of their missile units, then the more heavy troops will make short work of this first wave. Then obviously bring them back, let them rest, and then bring the light tier troops to the front lines, just to obviously buy some time to replenish the strength of the elite units you used to take out the first wave, maybe. I mean, if your enemy's not going to bring up any missile units to harass your more heavier troops that you might send against them, then it might make sense to send up your elites to sort of destroy and wipe out the light wave. Because it seems to be a common tactic for most attacking forces to send up just the light tier troops to sort of tire out the front line before the main assault begins. But I've always wondered how to best counter that, you know, because you don't want to waste too many missile units or much missile units at all on the light tier troops on the first wave. You want to try and take that out as efficiently and as quickly as possible. And one of the ideas I've thought about countering that, and I've actually tried it in the past and it has worked to a degree, is to engage them if I can with minimal losses, my heavier troops, and just try and send them into a rout, break them, get some quick easy kills, get them out of there, and then send up my more light to mid-tier troops to hold the line and just buy time for my troops, the heavier troops that sent in originally, just to freshen up, you know, get back in the game, be fresh instead of tired, you know, rest up. That's probably what I was getting at after all that. Gwaithlo Trackers down to 61. Casualties for March Wardens here being pretty light. They've been pretty effective against the Gwaithlo Trackers, bringing them down almost to, well, more than half strength. It looks like we've got Erebor making the way towards one of the bridges, which is going to be guarded by Lindon, closely backed up by Khazad-dûm. Not going to be an easy target. Looks like we've got Lindon here just guarding the left flank by themselves. So, If you're the attacking forces here, you probably want to engage the furthest bridge on the right. Maintain a small force at the second bridge to sort of keep the defender's attention occupied at that one, just to a small degree. But focus more attention on the far bridge, and if they start sending out reinforcements to that, like more and more, then you start attacking forces on the second bridge to try and draw those reinforcements away from your main assault on the other side. And in the meantime, you sort of just continue to harass the enemy on the main land bridge as well. So you want to keep your defenders occupied, but you want to try and find a way across as quickly as possible, and without sustaining too many casualties. Because if your enemy falls back inside the city, inside the Cardolan fortress or the Cardolan city, you're going to need a lot of forces to breach that. So you don't want to get bogged down on these on the land bridge and the other two bridges. You want to try and get them across as quickly as possible, and try not to drag this battle out here. Plus, if you can somehow get your defending enemy to hastily retreat back inside, then that's when you can actually inflict mass casualties on them. There's a famous line, or it's common knowledge actually in history, that forces suffer their greatest losses in retreat. So if you can have, that's where Erebol's cavalry could come into it. I mean, if they force the defenders into a panic and start running into the city, then that's where Erebol could potentially shine considerably. And you can just charge, harass, and slow down the withdrawal, buying time for his allies to send up troops and engage the enemy, and just try and wipe out the stragglers outside the city. Meanwhile, Tvekak has sustained huge losses here. I don't know if March Wardens did all that, because they're still firing at the first unit of Wetho trackers. So what could have wiped them in, I wonder? We've got a small disjointed line of defense here. The line here just has 2 units acting as some sort of a frontline guard. It would succeed in sort of disjointing the enemy's attack. You can see that it's already spread out in 2 different locations. Both sides could easily be outflanked by the other. Obviously, the player to do that would be Khazad-dûm, because his troops have good armor, great morale, can survive being surrounded for far longer than most other units in Reforged. Plus, if the enemy does try to outflank them, then that's where the defender's missile units come into great effect. So Half-Orc Vanguard, Urquhart Infantry, so we've got some mid-tier troops now being sent over. Isengard's sort of giving a bit more credit to this attack and drawing more ire here from the defenders today. Got a lot more arrows coming in now than we did before. I wonder if he did that on purpose. It's kind of critical to send up mid-tier troops with your light-tier troops in the first wave of the attack. You want to try and draw as much ammunition out of the defenders. I always say this, but it's always worth repeating, because a lot of players don't seem to, I suppose, heed it very well. Your opposing enemy will always try and draw ammunition out of you needlessly, And when a player feels I suppose more threatened, he's more inclined to use his arrows on you. And by sending up mid-tier troops with the light-tier attack, it creates a bigger threat. And your opponent is more likely to use their arrows on you than they would otherwise if you just send up units like Dungeon Clansmen and some, I suppose, Naga Stalkers, Barrow Wights to a degree. Now, N2 here, he's making a huge mistake. He sent up a unit of Urquhart infantry which is detached from the rest of the force, and Lion is attacking him at one point where basically he's cutting him off. And you can see the Urquhart infantry already wavering. He's going to lose this unit, and He's not going to be able to rejoin the rest of the army, and it's not looking too good for him. He tried to go after the Orc Hunters. He shouldn't have done that. Especially the elves were there standing at the ready. Could have been, he would, and he is, being easily swarmed. He should have seen that coming. He shouldn't have gone for the archers. Attempting target, Lion succeeded in drawing him to a place he shouldn't never have been in. So, you know, points to Lion there for that. Looks like we've got Jen is engaging Airball on the second bridge. Airball Legionnaires being sent over. We've got some Unfoot Spears here down to 65. They were shaken. Airball Legionnaires trying to revive the morale of the Unfoot Spears here to a degree. Now, what are the Airball Legionnaires trying to do? Oh, they're trying to put the enemy troops between them and the cavalry. So we got some Hordes of Ulma here, heavy shot cavalry. So that's why he's standing there. He's afraid of them, as he should be. But not a unit you want charging into you. Asker Airball being sent over. The Isengard Ballista should have been firing a volley here into the Hordes of Ulma. A bit of a gamble, I know, but the idea behind that would be to scare the cavalry off and get them away from Jay's forces. The next Airball here better get a move on. Now the Airball Legionnaires seem to be in far enough that the Horse Swords are getting caught on their own troops. Now Jan here, if he wants to obviously take that out of the equation, he needs to withdraw these forces, open up the entire area so he can charge in freely into the Airball Legionnaires, and then that's that. Jen here shouldn't be trying to surround the Airball Legionnaires. He wants to take them out quickly. He needs to continue to engage them from the front with the Northern Guard like he's doing, and then charging the Horse Swords from behind and just rest these other forces for later on. No need to really send them into battle or keep them in the fight just now. Mac infantry trying to provide some support. Get a bit of damage there on the Don. We got the Northern Blade Masters being sent up. Don't know why they're being sent into battle. Way too soon to see them in the fight. Jay is just drip feeding his units across here. Something I would not advise. We've got some Iron Watch of Myriad being sent up. We've got Snugger Skirmishers throwing their jabbies being shot at, of course. The Iron Watch not firing just yet. It's an epic battle line, I'll admit. Still seeing arrow fire coming from the ledge there. The Iron Watch of Myriad, they are firing. Or they were about to fire at least. They are being shot at by the Lord's Hunting Pack. The Iron Watch of Myriad doesn't need to be on the ledge here. They can easily just fire from the safety of the hill here, from cover. Probably would be ideal, take out the barrel whites a bit faster, fire one or two volleys into them. Trosha Axeros here, firing into the Staff Masters. Kindred Kelborn firing, or returning fire, into maybe actually firing to reinforcements. What is going on here? The defenders seem unusually determined to wipe out this unit of Angmar Marauders for some reason. Maybe think there was witches hiding amongst their ranks. There isn't. But the level of attention seemed a bit unusual for such a unit. That's valuable fire there from the axe throwers. What is that? They're firing to the hunting pack now. They're hunting pack firing into somebody. They're firing to the Kindred of Caliber, and that's a losing battle, guys. You don't do that. Kindred of Caliber just looking to soften up reinforcements as they approach the main battle line. Y2K is skirmishing with his foe. Just trying to get an idea. The battle of the second bridge seems to have subsided. Trolshaw axe throwers are slowly being killed, not as fast as I thought they would have been. We've got some Snagger Stalkers, more Snagger Skirmishers firing here. Valuable javelin fire. Defenders seem determined to wipe them out. Really raining down hell upon them right now. Just trying to break them. Attackers trying to shield the Snagger Skirmishers as best they can. We are about 1/3 of the way through so far, and 26 to 34. We've got a slow drip feed of javelins coming in pretty consistently, slowly wearing down the defenders. Looks like we've got the ballista firing in, so that's why there's been knocking over troops before. Pretty decent range. Attackers are going to be looking out for the Syrian Emerald Rangers. We've got Barrow-wights here being attacked on the flank by the warriors, Cardolan. Amon Royals being sent over. I'll head over briefly and see what Y2K's up to. Looks like Lyndon's attacking him on the bridge. Again, Northern Blade Masters out front. If Jen's going to send up the Blade Masters straight on the line, straight at the front line, then maybe Y2K should respond and send up his, well, assuming the generals are in the unit, of course, the Nearad Storm Guard, or another unit of Brotherhood of the Bow. That's Brotherhood of the Sword, my bad. But I think maybe he's already sent over a unit of Brotherhood of the Sword. I can't really tell here from the corpses. I wouldn't say about the Nearad Footmen against the Blade Masters. That's a losing battle straight away. Maybe the Nearad Halberds? If he maybe instead of the Nearad Footmen? There's the units Brotherhood of the Sword right there. And Nearad Stormguard Generals in that unit, okay, so that's why he hasn't committed them. But combo there of Nearad Halberds with the Brotherhood of the Sword? Maybe, but obviously Warrensville's Tyrann might take him out again. It's a tough one. Mag infantry, if they can, they probably should be firing to the wall while they're hiding. We can see them, but the enemy can't. That's why they're not firing at them. We've got a full unit here of Trollshire Axos trying to hit the front line. Great fire into the backs of the Chaos Cardolan Guardians right there. Might be out of range now. Oh no. Took out almost 10 of them.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Axis continuing to fly. I wouldn't have shot... No, maybe that's their best target, I don't know, but... Lauren Archers, probably shouldn't be shooting at them. Glider and Blade Masters, maybe? Seeing as how they are upgraded. The attackers seem at a crossroads right now. The attack is sort of dying down. They're allowing this wave to be wiped out or finished. Now, Tricat got great use here out of the Trollster Axo unit. Urquhart Parkin being moved up with Dungeon Clansmen here, trying to intercept as many of those arrows as possible. $34 to $43 right now. I've got Orc Infantry and some Lurtz Hunting Pack here. Still alive. Isengard's sort of stuck. If he commits, he's going to be outflanked. If he stays here, he might just be shot at. Urquhart Parkman will draw in enemy arrows. It's in the defender's interest to take out these pikemen. I'm not too sure. Okay, well, wouldn't the protectors firing into him? That's not good. Javelins are pretty accurate. No, and NW, you don't set up your units closer. If he was going to send them in, I would have sent them to support the Dungeon Clansmen. It's the best position for the pikemen. The enemy infantry will provide some protection, not 100%, but some. The angle where they're attacking right now, there's a big gap those Willing Protectors could exploit to fire right in the flank of the pikemen. They're a bit easier to hit on this side than they would be on the other side, is what I'm getting at. So, you know, if I'm filler, I'm moving up my Woodland Protectors. There's no reinforcement. Well, there are reinforcements coming in, but there's time to run up, position them right here, and fire a javelin volley right in their flank. That would severely damage, if not cripple, that unit. And the Guardians have stopped. So, again, there is time for this plan to be enacted. Filler just needs to run forward to make it happen. It's on him. I don't think he's going to do it, or he would have done it already. Y2K is probably a little bit nervous about continuing the attack on the far right, as I'm sure he is right to be. I don't see that attack going well for him by himself. Jay here has made some good ground, but he has no halberds. He has no spears here protecting his forces. Where are the horse lords of Ulmo? Okay, they're down to 11, so they're sustained casualties. Crossbows here providing some protection here to his force. So, you know, Jay's doing alright here. He's doing alright by himself. The armor, of course, really helps. I know there was natural sprinters, but they're no match for the elves. They're just faster. crossbows helping out to a degree. These crossbows need to start firing again. Airball got a great charge there on the Mython Swordmaster, straight in their backs. We've got some Mac Roars, so YTK joining the fun over here. Working with his teammate. Warren's Tyrion still over here. As long as they're here, then this attack here should be pressed. We've got here 42 to 53. Cousin Reclaimer's firing the axes down below. What's good here for the attackers, not so much for the defenders, is there's a lack of missile fire now. There's no one really harassing the battle line here except their own melee forces. And this is probably what the attackers prefer. They can't win the missile fight. We've got some mercenary crossbowmen about to fire here. Attackers need to silence them, need to drive them off the ledge. Last thing they need here is crossbows to shoot down below. There's some Uruk crossbowmen over here. Okay, yeah, crossbows bringing these guys down pretty quickly. That should drive them off the ledge. They just lost 10. Mithril Guard now being sent up. Odd times to see elite units being committed. I know what I said before about setting up elite units before, but that was against the first wave. This is like the second or third now at this point. And we used to see a Mithril Guard saved until towards the end of the battle. We'll try and silence the crossbows there. We're halfway through the battle now. 47 to 57. YTK moving up his missile units. He's going to try and use their bows to harass the enemy on that ledge. Try and drive them back. He's starting to put forces on there. What have we got here? Jay here has the Ironfoot Wargoats. They've been caught. They're wavering. No, they're shaking. That didn't work out too well. We must have charged them across the bridge. It's the only way that would have worked. Nomadic Royals here getting decent javelin fire here into Lindon. Down to 39, so losing the jabbies fast. Y2K re-engaged on this bridge over here. If I'm Pike being sent up, Warden's Tyrion harassing the Cardish forces. Hurry up and start firing. Too late. Oh, they stopped firing. Got fallen archers and Cardolan guard firing down below now. Erebor once again has been forced back. Seems to have really struggled so far in this fight. I know I said he did well before, but seeing how his army's almost wiped out, I think it's safe to question my earlier judgment. Guns kind of doing, must have broken before and reformed, come back. Axes being fired down below. He's firing jabbies with the Marines. I'm trying to park them down to 60. Warren Warrior is being sent in a full unit. Nice and fresh. Isengard Blister doesn't really have a good target. Mithril guards down there, because of Reclaimers firing. The other units here. Not seeing any corpses of the Ironwatch and Miram here. They're over there. They haven't lost any troops yet. They're being held back for now. Mac Roy's just harassing the fallen archers. I don't know, he's just trying to get some easy kills, I suppose, but that's a little bit of a waste. Should be firing into the Blade Masters and the Midbond Pikemen in front of them. Okay, he's switching targets now.
Watch it.
Easy kills here for Y2K. Roll the bow, dealing a bit of damage. Not a unit you want shooting at your forces. Mag Rose, he used all the javelins, that's a good thing for Y2K. Okay, Khan's going to hold back for now. We've got over here, up for crossbows, that's a full unit. Sons of Durham being sent up. This whole drip feeding needs to stop. Looks like Jay's sending over more forces, but he's either got to commit to an attack or send the forces, the rest of his army here towards his allies on this side. Isengard crossbows probably should be brought up. Try and fire into the enemy. The defenders here beaten them back almost entirely. We got here, I think, Steelbow sending in the remnants of his pikemen and guardians earlier, again. Defenders reforming their line. Be here. We've got Sons of Durin being sent up. Ironfoot crossbows trying to soften up the enemy before the Sons of Durin go in. Anything Marines here? Have javelins, so crossbows should be targeting these guys. We're trying to target the Midland pikemen now. Marines here, they need to be shot at first. The Marines here were targeting the Sons of Durin before. They've switched targets, obviously. Oh no, they've stopped firing. No, they're trying to get out of there now. Brotherhood of the Bow, yes. Providing fire support. Wardens staying put. Wardens here need to move. We got Y2K and Erebor probably doing a bit of a push on this side now. Consormus is being shot up by the crossbows. Okay. Trolls of Mingmar from Steelbow being moved up. Crossbows want to wipe these guys out. More so than any other unit present there. Bit of a strange thing to do. Rise of Warthank crossbows obviously targeting the front line here. Good units to shoot at. And the defender's going to let him, then he should take advantage of that. Guys of Warthank here suffered massive casualties, down to 8. What are they waiting for? $63-73. No real surprise with the unit they chose to shoot. That'd be my choice as well. We've got the mercenary crossbows from Erebor. No, from Khazad-dûm, my bad. Moving to the ledge up top. Probably to shoot at the Rise of Warthank down below. Watches the Glenwood shooting at the riders. Alright, battle here is pretty quiet. Move over to the other bridge. Erebor just trying to lob their bolts over their allies and into Lindon. Hard to know what's happening there. I'm wondering if it's a pathfinding issue. I think I'll times 2 speed it just because it's a little bit grindy at the moment. Tweakak did not pull back the Rise of Warthank in the distance there. Down to 18, still in the fight. So the Watchers didn't inflict too many casualties. Now here come the Ironfoot Halberds. Wardens of Elsterion over here, and they're firing into the halberds right now. Turbo's just knocking down the elves right now. Balance of power a little bit even. 66 to 75. Reinforcements moving over to the left bridge. Warren's taking up a position that can support either bridge now, in the event the attackers try to attack both in force at the same time. Isengard gearing up for another assault. We've got reinforcements slowly trickling their way upwards. On Blackguard at the ready. Scourge Raiders, Blackwatch Legion, Ballista, no unit of pikemen at the ready. What's going on here? I don't see any Witches of Angmar. Attacker's running a bit low over here. Blackhawk Engineers moving up. Brother Sword being sent over on this side. Sons of Durin, full unit here, moving over. $68 to $76. Now this could be a good sign for the attackers that the defenders are pretty low on ammunition. Now we're seeing a lot of flanking fire coming on that side. Trolls of Angmar disrupting the enemy line. Broke pikemen, a unit of 101 broke. What the hell happened? There's a Simroth Amoth Rangers. Wondering, yeah, maybe it was the artillery that did that. Crossbows, great fire there, probably into the 1st Legion pikes, judging from the trajectory of those crossbows. John Pikeman being brought back. Didn't break, just being brought back. Blackhawk Engineers firing at a horrible angle. Taking out some of the pikemen, not too many. Rokar Berserker is now being committed. Now crossbows, Blackhawk Engineers here doing considerable damage to only a few units though. Not really utilising their ability to shoot through enemy forces, lots of them. These lob shots are not going to see for them. It is the worst thing to happen for such a unit. That's got high. So the attackers are pretty much going all out here. And that's great fire there from Siren Arrow Staff Masters. Horrible sight there for the attacker.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Things were probably looking up for the attackers until they saw that ranger ammunition come in. And the Iron Watcher Mirror is back on the ledge here. And here come the bolts. $77 to $86.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
The enemy should be targeting the Richmond Scourge Raiders. They're pretty dangerous with their axes.
We're being attacked.
We're doing some damage. Well, the bow is through the line, but being a missile unit, don't really have the best charge on them. Hostiles are almost moving in to cut them off. We're at Storm Guard on this side now. Storm Guard will lose that battle. Yeah. Over here, not looking too good for him either. Looks like the defenders are going to take this one. Oh, Iron Watch up to them. They're there, or they're gone. Good catapult shot there.
The enemy general abandons his men.
Tweakak could have admitted defeat here just now. 79-92. This thing's been blown out of proportions now. Blackwatch Legion committed way too late. Scourge Raiders there got hit by a sledgehammer.
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Watch here, firing on the Blackwatch Legion, trying to wipe them out. The best thing Blackwatch has going for them is that they were spread out before, but now they're all tightly packed together.
The enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
And I was just slashing the Isengard General's face until he had no face and he just fell in a pool of his own blood. I'm watching Mimir trying to destroy the spears of Orthanc. Tweakak didn't admit defeat. Pathfinding just really affecting Ulmo's ability to charge at them, probably. Blackwatch Legion down to 36, separated from their unit of Blackguard there. We've got some Hammer Guard on the far bridge coming across. I think he's just sort of staying there right now.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will. Our men have slain the enemy. Behold how our cowardly foe.
I think we've got Lindon
runs.
units there chasing the Hammer Guard. Yep, we do.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Well, the general's going to die here.
This is a clear victory.
Okay, so well done to Gen Mumu, Lion, and Philip on their victory today. Gen here getting 2,530, Lion 2,634, Philip 2,542, YGK86 474, J King 765, M2W for Life 888, lucky numbers there. Steelbow 559, and Tweakak 1,141. Doing pretty well there. For Lindon here, Blade Masters, he had 2 units of Blade Masters. Okay. 193 and 214. Wardens 384. Horses of Ulma here 154. Harmon Guard 123 and 131. Fallen Archers here range from 136 to 202. Fallen Marines here 165. And Fallen Pikemen here 103 and 140, and that is it. So, thank you to Jimmy for sending me the replay. Once again, guys, if you want to see your own total replay featured here on this channel and in the video, there are 4 links below in the video description for you to contact me with to send me through your replay. Hope to hear from you soon. This is Micka from Scout 2 Entertainment signing off. Goodbye, my fellow Scout Troopers. Catch you in the next Total War battle.